When you step into a new house, you are not just entering a physical space made of walls and doors. You are crossing into an environment that may carry unseen histories, spiritual imprints, and influences that can shape your peace, your thoughts, and even your destiny. Many people focus only on decorating and settling in, but overlook the deeper reality that every space must be spiritually claimed. As someone who once walked in darkness and understands the hidden realm, I am here to reveal that the first moments in any new home are not ordinary, they are decisive. What you do at the beginning can determine whether your home becomes a place of blessing and authority or a ground for unseen battles. The moment you step into a new house, you must understand that you are not just arriving, you are taking position. This is not a casual entrance. It is a defining moment where your authority must be established without hesitation. Many people walk in quietly, unsure and passive, but that approach leaves space open for influences you cannot see. You have been given a voice and a presence that carries power, and this is the time to use it boldly. Do not wait for signs or feelings, because authority is not based on emotion. It is based on decision. When you enter, let your first act be one that declares you are in charge of what happens in that space. Stand firm and begin to speak with intention, because your words carry weight beyond what you can physically see. Every room, every corner, and every doorway must recognize that a new authority has arrived. You are not asking for permission. You are setting a standard that everything within those walls must follow. Fear has no place here. Hesitation has no place here. And silence is not your role in this moment. Even if you feel uncertain inside, choose to speak with confidence, because action strengthens belief. This is how you shift the atmosphere from unknown to controlled, from passive to purposeful. As you move through the house, continue to declare peace, protection, and clarity with every step you take. Let your presence fill the space with intention, because what you release will begin to settle into the environment. You are not just speaking into the air, you are shaping what will remain and what must leave. Every step becomes a statement that this place will not carry confusion or darkness into your life. You are drawing a clear line that defines what belongs and what does not belong in your home. This is how spiritual ownership begins, not with silence, but with deliberate and unwavering action. Remember that authority is not about volume. It is about conviction that does not waver under pressure. You do not need to understand everything about the unseen to take control of your space. What matters is that you choose to stand as the one responsible for what enters and what stays. When you act with clarity and purpose, the environment responds to that direction. This is not a ritual. It is a responsibility that sets the tone for everything that follows. And when you begin this way, you ensure that your home starts under your authority and remains under your authority. After you have taken your position, the next step is to become intentional about the atmosphere you allow to remain. A house is more than a structure. It absorbs moments, emotions, and traces of what has happened before you arrive. You may not see it, but environments can carry tension, fear, or heaviness that lingers quietly. This is why you must not treat the space as empty or neutral, because it is not. What you do now determines whether that atmosphere stays or is replaced. You have the ability to shift what is present through your words and your awareness. Begin to speak peace into every part of the house with clarity and purpose. Let your voice carry calmness into rooms that may have known unrest before you came. Do not rush through this moment because transformation requires intention and focus. As you speak, imagine every word settling into the walls and changing the tone of the environment. You are not performing a routine. You are resetting the atmosphere to align with what you desire. This is where your presence becomes active and not passive, shaping the space around you. Invite what is good, what is pure, and what brings stability into your home. Make it clear that only what aligns with peace and strength is welcome to remain. When you do this, you are not only removing what does not belong, you are replacing it with something greater. An empty space can be filled again, but a space filled with purpose resists what tries to enter. This is why your intention must be firm and consistent as you move through each area. You are building an environment that supports your well-being and your clarity. Let every room reflect the atmosphere you are creating through your words and your presence. Speak until you sense a shift, until the space feels lighter and more settled within you. Do not doubt the process, because change often begins in ways that are not immediately visible. What matters is your persistence and your belief that what you are doing is effective. When you cleanse the atmosphere with intention, you are creating a foundation that supports everything that will happen in that home. And when you finish, let peace be the final presence that fills every corner. Once you have established your authority and cleansed the atmosphere, it is time to define the purpose of your home. A house without direction is like a ship without a rudder, drifting and vulnerable to forces you cannot see. When you declare the purpose of your space, you are setting boundaries that guide everything that enters and remains. This is not about decoration or comfort alone. It is about creating a spiritual framework that supports your life and your intentions. You are giving your home an identity that aligns with your values, your goals, and your peace. When you speak this purpose aloud, it begins to anchor in reality. Begin by envisioning what you want your home to represent. Is it a place of rest, of inspiration, of protection, of growth, or all of these together? Speak your intentions clearly and consistently, and do not allow uncertainty to creep in. Every word you declare builds a spiritual boundary that reinforces your authority and your presence. This act is not passive, it is active and powerful. Your home will begin to mirror what you have defined, because purpose shapes not only the physical space, but also the unseen atmosphere. As you dedicate each room, imagine it serving a specific role that aligns with your declaration. Let your bedroom be a sanctuary of peace, your kitchen a place of nourishment, and your living spaces a source of joy and creativity. Every corner of the house should reflect the values you want to cultivate in your life. When you do this intentionally, you prevent anything contrary from settling in. You are creating invisible fences that protect what matters most to you. Purpose is the framework that holds the peace and authority you have established. Remember that declaring purpose is not a one-time event. It is a habit that strengthens with repetition. Revisit your declarations, reinforce them through your actions, and allow your presence to continue shaping the environment. Your home will respond to your clarity and consistency over time, becoming a reflection of the intentions you set. When you define your space with purpose, you are not only claiming it physically, you are claiming it spiritually. And when this foundation is laid, every moment you spend in that home will carry the blessing of direction and peace. In every new home, the first steps you take set the tone for everything that follows. You are not simply moving into a building, you are stepping into a space that must be claimed with authority, filled with peace and guided by purpose. When you act intentionally from the very beginning, you protect yourself from unseen influences and create an environment that supports your growth and well-being. Your words, your presence, and your declarations carry power that shapes the atmosphere around you. This is how a house transforms into a home that nurtures, protects, and inspires. Take these steps seriously, claim your space fully, and watch as your home becomes a place of strength, clarity, and blessing.